Kyrie Irving is going to New York. Isaiah Thomas still needs a new team. Devin Booker must get traded. Kawhi Leonard won a title but is still leaving Toronto. This is the craziest offseason in NBA history. By the way, I started a new channel. The name is LNU. I'm uploading basketball challenges, videos with NBA players, other YouTubers, courtside vlogs, all on the new channel. Link is in the description. Go subscribe to it right now. Let's try to hit 1,000 subscribers today. That would be amazing. After you subscribe, turn your notifications on because the first video will be coming soon. And you're gonna go crazy when you see who the video is with. Let's begin with number 14, Isaiah Thomas. 3 years ago, he was an MVP candidate, 29 points per game. Now, he needs a fresh start. Not on the Cavs, not on the Nuggets. He needs to be back where he was the best, in Boston. The Celtics are losing Kyrie Irving this summer. That's just a fact. It's going to be a season of rebuilding anyways. They need to take a risk. Isaiah obviously has the talent. He just needs the confidence right now. If his old team shows that they still believe in him, that's the confidence right there. The Boston Celtics need to sign Isaiah Thomas. Number 13, Bradley Beal. Trade alert! I know I say a lot of NBA players are underrated, but Bradley Beal might be the most underrated player in the league. He averaged 25.6 points per game last season. More than Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, Karl Anthony Towns, Blake Griffin combined! Okay, not combined, but you get the point. Bradley Beal isn't a free agent, but he should be traded. The OKC Thunder want to trade Steven Adams and Dennis Schroeder. Why? I don't know why. But Beal is the perfect fit. Here's the trade. Steven Adams and Dennis Schroeder for Bradley Beal and a second-round pick. The Thunder have their first elite shooting guard since James Harden, and the Wizards can begin rebuilding their team with Aquaman leading the way. Number 12, D'Angelo Russell. The Nets want Kyrie Irving, and for some reason, they don't want D'Angelo Russell. Even though they would be incredible together, D'Angelo should sign with the Phoenix Suns. The Suns said they don't want to spend all that money for a max contract. They want to save money, but I think that's false. All they've wanted the last 5 years was a point guard. Devin Booker needs a point guard. DeAndre Ayton needs a point guard. You know who their point guard was last season? This guy. Who is this guy? D'Angelo Russell is the man that can make them a playoff team. Well, almost a playoff team. Number 11, Carmelo Anthony. Don't forget about Melo. He's had a year off to think, meditate, and get in basketball shape. Maybe the Lakers want Melo. Nah, it's a bad fit. If LeBron wanted Melo, he would have signed him last season. Maybe he should go back to the Knicks. Nope. Carmelo Anthony needs to sign with the Golden State Warriors. KD is out. Klay is out. They need scoring. They need a veteran. It makes too much sense. Will he replace Kevin Durant? Nope, not really. But sign him to a one-year deal, and this could be his bounce-back season. Number 10, Derrick Rose. Talking about bounce-backs, Derrick Rose might win 6th Man of the Year. He is back. But the Timberwolves don't need him. They have Tyus Jones and Jeff Teague. You don't need 3 good point guards. Greg, are you saying it's time for the long-awaited return to the Chicago Bulls? Well, yeah, that made sense until they drafted Kobe White last week, their point guard of the future, so he's not going to the Bulls. Let's look at the Lakers. This is the new Lakers lineup after the Anthony Davis trade. They have everything except a veteran point guard. Someone who knows how to win and just had a great season. The Lakers need to sign Derrick Rose to a one-year deal. He'll help them win a title next season, and then next year, he'll sign a big money contract somewhere else. He needs a ring before he retires. He deserves one. Number 9, Devin Booker. I love Devin Booker. He's one of the coolest players in the league and one of the most underrated. He deserves better. But Greg, he's not a free agent. I know. He needs to request a trade. The Suns traded their second best scorer, TJ Warren, for almost nothing in return. Phoenix said they don't want to pay the money for D'Angelo Russell. If they're fully rebuilding and not surrounding Booker with other talent, it's time for him to request a trade. But he has a big contract. What NBA team could take on a big contract like that? Maybe the Timberwolves! They're trying to trade Andrew Wiggins, and Devin Booker could team up with his college best friend, Karl Anthony Towns. So the Phoenix Suns should trade Devin Booker to the Minnesota Timberwolves so he can lead them to the playoffs. And maybe a championship. Number 8, Kemba Walker. Kemba has quietly been one of the best point guards in the league, and he broke my ankles. It's time to leave Charlotte to an NBA team that can actually afford him. Phoenix can offer Kemba a max contract and pair him with Devin Booker, which would be a top 5 duo in the NBA. But I think the Suns might get D'Angelo Russell, or they might just want to save money in general. What about the Knicks? They just drafted RJ Barrett. He needs a superstar teammate. The Knicks wanted Kyrie, but it looks like he's not coming. The Knicks wanted Kevin Durant, but he's injured. Our next move of the video, the New York Knicks must sign Kemba Walker to a max contract, making the Knicks a playoff team for the first time in a very long time. Number 7, DeMarcus Cousins. The Warriors are not re-signing Cousins. I'm sorry, but it's true. Is he going to get a max contract after all these injuries? Probably not. Actually, definitely not. So what NBA team needs a center and has enough money to overpay him? The Brooklyn Nets. But they already have Jarrett Allen. Oh, the Atlanta Hawks. But they just drafted a center. Oh, I got one. The Dallas Mavericks. They got Luka Doncic. They got Kristaps Porzingis. But ever since they lost DeAndre Jordan, they've needed a center badly. Dallas said they would try to get Nikola Vucevic, but Vucevic is way too expensive for them. The Dallas Mavericks need to sign DeMarcus Cousins to a 3-year contract. Number 6, Kyrie Irving. One of the biggest debates this NBA offseason. Kyrie Irving must leave the Boston Celtics, but we already know that. So does he go to New York, Brooklyn, or the Lakers? The Lakers won't have enough cap space for a max contract because they did an oopsie and did their math wrong during the Anthony Davis trade. How do you do your math wrong if you're an NBA team? I think Kyrie was only going to the Knicks if KD was gonna go, but he's injured. So I think Kyrie's gonna play it safe and sign a 2-year deal with the Brooklyn Nets, making them the best team in the Eastern Conference. Number 5, Andrew Wiggins. He might be top 10 in the entire NBA in pure talent, but it's a terrible fit in Minnesota. People say he doesn't try hard enough, which maybe is true, but maybe that's because he doesn't want to play in Minnesota. He needs a fresh start on a contender, where every single game matters and he can put his talent to the test. Wiggins averaged 18 points per game last season, which was a bad year. Imagine what a good year would be like. The Timberwolves need to trade him while his value is still high. He's only 24 years old. The problem is his contract, which is not an easy one to trade. They need to trade him to the Philadelphia 76ers for JJ Redick and a 2020 first round pick. Wiggins gets a fresh start in the Eastern Conference on a contender, and the Timberwolves get a veteran scorer to lead them on a playoff run. Number 4, Kawhi Leonard. Does he stay in Toronto? He just won a title. No way he leaves, right? Wrong! Kawhi Leonard must leave Toronto. To the Lakers? Nope. Kawhi said he has no interest in joining the Lakers. The Knicks? Nope. That's just not happening. The Thunder? I wish. Kawhi Leonard must sign with the LA Clippers. It makes too much sense. He just won a title, and now that the Warriors are falling apart, the Western Conference is so much weaker. The Clippers have a young but great team that can compete for the next 5 seasons. It would be a battle of LA, Kawhi and the Clippers versus LeBron and AD with the Lakers. And if anyone knows how to beat LeBron, it would be Kawhi Leonard. Number 3, Jimmy Butler. This is one of my favorite ones in the whole video. I don't think he's staying in Philly. They offered him a max, and he said, nah, these Philly cheesesteaks aren't good enough. I want to leave. Here's the thing. Jimmy Buckets is one of the most talented small forwards, but he doesn't fit with a lot of NBA teams. The Lakers already have LeBron at small forward. The Clippers are getting Kawhi. Wait a minute. I think I found the perfect team for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler needs to sign with the Houston Rockets. Wait, how could they even afford Jimmy Butler? If they trade Chris Paul's contract, that would clear up enough cap space to get Jimmy Butler. Imagine this. Harden going back to point guard, Eric Gordon, Jimmy Butler, Clint Capella at center, and they could sign someone else for power forward. This team right here can win an NBA title. Number 2, Klay Thompson. The bad news is, unfortunately, he tore his ACL and is out for the season. The good news is he's such a high-level player, teams will still offer him the max because he might be ready in time for the playoffs, which means it needs to be a playoff team. Because if you're rebuilding, well, it doesn't matter if he's ready in time because you're not making the playoffs. Remember how I said Kawhi was going to sign with the Clippers? Greg, no way they could possibly afford Klay too. Yes way! They have such a young team that their best players are cheap. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, rookie contract. Landry Shamet, rookie contract. Klay Thompson should sign with the LA Clippers. Him and Kawhi are some of the best two-way players the NBA has ever seen. This right here is a championship team. Wait, before I announce number 1, we just hit 1.6 million subs. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that right now. Hit that big red subscribe button. Let's try to hit 1.7 million today. And now, number 1. Kevin Durant, the biggest move of the NBA offseason. He's going to the New York Knicks, right? Well, yes and no. He's not signing with the Knicks. The Warriors will offer him a 5-year max contract. Aw, the Warriors are so nice, right? Wrong! Next offseason when he's healthy, the Warriors will trade him to New York for some first-round picks, Frank, I can't pronounce your last name, and Mitchell Robinson. Last video, I did the 7 biggest mistakes in the last 10 NBA drafts. Go watch that right now. That video was crazy. I'll put it somewhere on the screen for you to click. And go subscribe to my new channel. The link is in the description.